All right, I should be back. My stupid little microphone must be because I went so long on the first one. Note to self, charge the microphone often if you're gonna do random things. So now, guys, now I should be on I'm on my camera microphone. So let me know if if you can hear okay. I might have to holler. I might have to, I don't know what. It's right here next to me, so I'll try and talk at it. But hopefully you'll be able to hear me. So we're going to just put our little topper on our bag. So here you can staple it on if you've got a little mini stapler. That works great. Or you can use some like of the tape. I'm going to use my stapler. Hope that I have staples in it. And I'll put them where I think the item should cover it. And then we just finish it off with gluing our house on. Okay, good. You can hear me? You're back? Yes. Oh, yeah, good. So you can hear me all right? Am I loud enough? Because I'm using the camera's microphone. And if that's the case, if you can hear me loud and clear and wonderfully, I will forego the other microphone and just always use the camera microphone. I think when I was having sound issues on my lives before, I was using the computer microphone and the computer's too far away from me. If all that's a lot to digest, but that's what I think was happening. So now we're going to take this green dealio here and we're just going to glue it down to the front and the back of the treat bag. And I probably could have put my house down a little further. And then this bat will stick up like that. So now we've got a third bat kind of flying. Then we have our sentiment that you can glue flat or pop up on there, whichever way you want to do it. I will go ahead and put a couple dimensionals on it to pop it up. Here. Like so. And there you have a cute little treat bag filled with yummy goodness. And these candies tasted kind of like orange to me. I was hoping they were going to taste like black licorice. I was so hoping. But no, I ate one and it tasted kind of like orange. The black is just to make your brain think that it's going to be black licorice. So, oh, am I in? Let me pull that down. I'm out too far. Let me zoom out. There we go. Is that far enough down? I just did that. You want me to go further? I'll see what we got with the next project. I think, I don't know. There we go. All right, so that's project number 2. We've got back to our cards for number 3. And we are going to use the Fright Night bundle for this. And we've got a basic gray base. Again, direction does not matter. Mine is 4 1/4 by 11. Yeah, I need to go out a little more. Then we're going to get fancy with the hitting the camera and knocking it all over the place. So we've got little, I'll do those last. We've got some, I think I made my back here with this petunia pop, and I thought that I wanted to use a lighter color so that it was more gradient, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to stick with the petunia pop. So we got our petunia pop, and we are going to bring in our mat, and we are going to, actually we're going to cut it first. So let me get the dies. Here's our dies. We're going to cut it first. So we're going to do the big one with our petunia pop. I think my little guy here should cut this. Cut that out. Ooh, that's going to be tight. Oh. Okay. So we got our petunia pop. Then we're going to take our blending brush with our petunia pop, and we're going to try and make it darker to lighter. Let's see. Let's see if we can do that. Pretty sure this is what I did, and I'm failing. It'll take a minute to soak in. All right, we're going to stop right there because, well, I guess I could try and make this top part darker. I was getting it too dark. All right, we're going to stop right there and move on. So we got our tag, base of our tag done. Now we're going to use the wording stamp. How could I have never used that when I used it, but it's still stuck in here? Answer me that. Riddle me that, Riddler. How did that happen? What if I have two of these stamps somehow? Because I use this to make that. Oh, life in my craft room anymore, you guys. I gotta have two of these. Huh. All right. Oh, Peaceful Garden. Is that the Christmas, the holiday one, Julie? I have not used that. I have it, but I haven't used it. So I don't know. Are they different sizes? This is 4.5. It's the longest one by 2.5. I don't know. I will look when I'm done and see if I can report back. Now I gotta find all my, you guys, I'm all discombobulated with the, how do I have this piece of paper or this stamp set with a sticker on the back when I used it? It's gonna be another mystery. So I'm gonna stamp it down. And cut it out. We're going to take the smaller die now because there's two of them in there. Debbie, did I use yours? Because these dies haven't been taken off either. And I used them. I must have used somebody else's. Did I not have it with me? I don't think I brought it. Let's go with that. I didn't bring it to retreat. I think I used Debbie's. Oh, my Lord, that was dry. Oh. All right, so now we're going to cut this guy out. Smaller die. Now you guys have me wondering. I will not go in the back room and find my dies, though, and compare them. Maybe I will before the next one and then report back. Or Debbie, you have the peaceful guard. Oh, you can't. You can't. Not like you can get up and run and get something. Forget it, Debbie. All right. So now we got that. And we're going to just glue that on the top. But first, I'm going to get out my green and orange Timid Tiger markers. So I did tell you to get Timid Tiger paper, but I used peach. That's peach. So I sort of lied, but not on purpose. So then I just traced over. Maybe I need to use the fat end. So we did Fright Night. Oh, I think I had a blend at Retreat that I used. And the Spooky. And the Beware. You know, you'll want to do yours a little bit nicer than what I'm doing. Let's use a fat end over here and see what we get. Yep. Ooh. Oops. Got scare. October's going to get covered up. Then we need our plain piece. So then I'm going to go ahead and glue this on flat. That up a little tiny bit. All right. Then we're going to take that stamp again. Where'd she go? Over here. We'll clean it off real quick. And now we're going to ink up let me ink up the center first. So we're going to do the cat and the bird in black. And we have the hat. And the bat. And Petunia Pop. And let's find my supplies. We're going to stamp this down. Oops, I got my bat or my bird pink. So let's make bird black again. Stamp the bird. And then we're just going to trim them out real quick. Try not to cut his ears off. Oh, my hands are shaky. Probably because I didn't eat actual food yet. Oh, I almost did cut his ear off, didn't I? Cut his head off or something. Have to fix that. Just kidding, little bat. I would never intentionally cut your ear off. All right. So we got a bat done. And we popped him up. So how are we going to pop him up and salvage his little ear? Probably not even an ear. We'll get it. We'll cut some of these dimensionals into. I'll cut it in half again. We can use that point there to stick his ear on, stick his wing on. Another little piece. That piece didn't come out. All right, then we're just going to pop it up. Boy, did we do that with a cat. We sure did, but I got a darker cat. Well, we're going to go with it. Why didn't somebody stop me at retreat when I was designing all this stuff to say, Jill, that's a lot of fussy cutting. Nobody's going to want to do all that fussy cutting. Probably these black ones, you might not need to pop them up on there. Just got to think of this as like retreat time. I'm here talking to my friends. Can't hear what any of them are saying, but they can hear me now. If not, Dawn will call me back. This cat needs to be inkier, just for the record, but I'm not going to do another one. Little kitty. This is Patty's bias. And we'll pop him up. him right there. Probably could put a piece under his rear so that he's covered that better. Oh, we got the hat. Where's the hat? Here's our hat. Oops. Got cut happy there. Trying to trim it. There we go. There we go. I guess we'll go all the way down. We'll get that little spider and everything. Looks like he might be coming off her hat. No, I'm just going to do her hat. We'll leave the spider black. All right. We got a piece for that one. Stick it up there. Let's get a little piece for the rim over here. Like that. So then we're going to pop the head up on there. And then the bird. We got to do the bird now. Hold on. So these are not my designs. These are from that picture I told you about that I showed you. Stampin' Up has designed these, and I'm just like recreating them for today. Showing you how fun it can be. When you just copy, what someone else has already done, and no sense in reinventing the wheel. They did, do a couple little things different, but for the most part, it's all what they did. All right, so we'll put a dimensional on our bird. Okay. Now we're going to do I got peach for the banner. And I think I'm going to stamp it first. Does anybody see where I put the stamp set? Not that one, the other one. The one that was brand new to me today. How'd I lose it? I need to be doing this on an 8-foot table, I think. Because I got zero room going on when I should have nothing but room. And I didn't go anywhere. Oh my Lord. All right, stop. Take a breath. It's here. I haven't left the spot. It has to be here. Spooky Halloween. Fright night. Where's that sous chef I needed to help me cut? Ah, Lord, I put a project on top of it behind me. Oh. Happy Halloween. And just getting some ink on this one too. That was too funny. I think that had to be what I did. It was, and it was under a different card behind me on my little stool. All right, so I'm going to put this a little bit kind of inward so that we can get the die out. And cut it out. And again, I used Timid Tiger in the directions, and then I used pumpkin or peach pie on the actual card or project. Oh yeah, this is a card. So I got a little banner. And while we got this guy here, we're going to get our cobwebs, spider webs, I guess. And I've got the paper right here, so it's a piece from the kit. We're going to try, we got to get 6 spider webs out of here. Can I do it? Be tight. Well, I guess it doesn't matter though, because they're all going to go underneath. So if I end up cutting off the top of them, that's okay. Because they're going to go underneath our label to make the. Now, this picture, Stampin' Up! Version, this was one that I changed up because the Stampin' Up! Version has a string on it, and I wasn't as partial to the string. It right here. And so their cobweb spider webs fit different than mine because they got this string filling in this giant gap. And then this giant gap down here, they had a star in. So we'll figure out from, oh, this one's gonna make a nice mess on my table. We'll figure out, I only need a few, like I said, the tops. We're gonna cut the tops off basically because they'll be underneath that label. So oh, cut that one off. All right, so we'll do these 3 on there. We should be good with our spider webs. Oh, I smell dinner. Dinner's cooking. All right. Move this real quick. I have to show you guys. I got this stupid little thing in Shipshawana at the Essen House. It's just the most adorable little vacuum cleaner. But it has to be plugged in to work. And then it, oh, I don't have, oh. But then it like barely stuck. Oh, and all stuff is not too bad. But yeah, it has to be plugged in to work. It's a USB plug-in, but it took its cuteness right away when I realized I couldn't just charge it up and have it sitting on my desk. I had to only use it in a certain area that it could reach to. All right, let's make sure this guy is going to open the right direction. We need our little stamp for the background. I'll use the one from Fright Night this time. And we got to get our memento. I had two. I just want to make sure. And then we're just going to go all around. I'm adding lots of interesting things to look at, like in the background. It's going to go all around. Again, they didn't have all this going on, so whoops, I'm getting crazy. I'm rocking it. Probably another one where it's off center. Yep, and so I'm getting the. All right, that's probably good. Well, I might as well fill that majority in there. So we got our background done. Okay. And now we're going to, this is what I did. Not saying it's the right way to do it, but it worked for me. We're going to pop up the tag first. And I'm going to keep my dimensionals kind of right up the middle. Put that down. At about a half a second that you can rethink the position that you just stuck that in. And all right, it's going there whether we want it or not. I lied. It was crooked. All right, we're going there. So now we're going to take these webs and I intentionally didn't put the dimensionals around so that I could slide them in there. And then we're just going to kind of, if you put them edge to edge, they want to go in a tighter circle than what I've got ready for them. So like if I put it like this, then there's no place to put this guy. So I got to bend it just a little bit like that. All right, so we're going to backtrack. I'm going to put some glue, slide it back in. If you want to use adhesive sheets, that would be great. It's a waste of a lot of adhesive sheet because you've got such a fine web, you're going to poke all those holes out and lose all that adhesive sheet, but it's definitely a great option. All right, so we got our 3 webs on that side. Put some webs on this side. I'm not going to position them. We're just going to go for it because I'm going to go down here. Oops, I wiped off all my glue. I got this guy's about down here. Oh, next guy, cut off the side of him. Put this next guy, we're gonna kind of we'll put that one up there because I cut that one really bad. But we can make it work. We'll stick him up at the top. So, and then we'll come in with this guy and cover most of it up. So glue that guy down there, stick in there. This guy will get some glue on. Could have tried putting the black side up this time. That might have, oh, it's got black and purple. We don't want that. There. I'm going to call that good. Then this guy, I did pop it up as well. So that it's stuck up there with the cat and the hat and the bird and the. I'm going to put it under. Like that. And we have some of the fun embellishments that go with it. They're like little foam stars. They're called Shimmering Star Foam Stickers. And we're just going to pop those in for some added fun. And they're real squishy. So that'll take up this big area where the string was up in here. So yeah, you can finagle yours. Mine's sticking up a little higher than my sample, but it works. We'll just stick a couple here to take our eye away from that. All right. So that is, I don't know what number, 3? Did we use everything? I think we got everything. I didn't put a piece on the inside though. Oh, you know why? Because I cut it up. Cut it up right here. But I did cut another spider web and a spider for the inside of this one. So I will do that for that guy. But that is another project out of this. Let me get some of these little flinklets here so I don't have them in the way of the next. All right, so now we're on to what? 4? Oh, not that one. This one. I don't have them numbered. 4. Oh, here's 4. Here's 4. So we got another treat bag for number 4. And if I had the iridescent ribbon, that's what I would use here, but I don't have iridescent ribbon. So number 4 has a second treat bag that I got here. This is the one I didn't have any candy for. I used some caramel corn stuff that I had made, and I had an extra bag. I stuffed it in here. So this one would be intended to be stuffed, and I'll find something stuff in there. Stuff some. It uses one of these pieces. Let's see, I brought the paper. So I got that other tag from here. The back side is the gray. And then this tag comes from here. There's some with skulls, and then there's these. I didn't see, I don't think that was used anywhere. So we've got that piece. Then I have a piece of white that we're going to stamp the, is it a fox? Is it a cat? Right here. I'm thinking it must be a fox. With that thing. I'm thinking it's a fox. So we need to get our box out. We're going to use our Memento ink. I'm glad he likes it, Julie. Mine will eat it, but he'll say he doesn't like it. All right, so we're making a little foxy thing. And we need the broom. Teeny weeny broom. All right. Close that up. And we do have a die for that guy, and we do have a die for the broom. So I've got a bunch of markers. We're going to color the broom. I got the broom in Darling Duckling. And we'll just use the light and the dark. And that's all we need that one for. That little broom. Then I've got Timid Tiger. And I did go over, this stamped pretty well, but I did go over the hat and the bucket and the shoes and stuff with a black, just to make them a little bit darker. But I'm going to come in here and make the socks black and the shoes black. So got the black. Then I'm just going to color the dress with Petunia Pop. And I'm going to start with the dark, and I'm going to go over some of the spots that I want to be darker and hope that I don't bleed all over. Yeah, I'll call that. Then we'll come in with the light and just finish filling her in. A cute little Halloween witch. Probably a costume everybody uses at one time or another in their lifetime. The witch. Oh, we got to do the brim of her hat. And then down here on her pants. There we go. Yeah, it's hard not to call it Ugly Duckling. It just rolls off the tongue because it was like a book, a little kid's book or something at one time, and And I wasn't real fond of it when it first came out, and so I nicknamed it, and then I paid for it. So I'm going to color our, oops, I didn't want to color his face. We're going to stop right there with that. We're going to color his, around his face, like that. And then we'll just give him a little bit of contour. I should probably color his hands dark. All right. Now we'll bring in the light and blend those together. I guess I should color his nose now that I've gone that far. All right, so we'll call that good. We'll try and blend out that line, but if you give it a second and go back, you probably will find that it's generally blended out. Oh, I could go do his tail. It's probably a her with a little witch dress on. And we'll put an orange line on that bucket. And I do believe that is it for coloring. Now we are ready to cut the little thing out. So we've got a broom, a little witch. You can also fussy cut if you want. I had originally started with just getting the dies because I wanted the extra cobwebs and stuff in the one set. And then as I got going and decided to do this, I needed the rest. But the the other happy haunted Halloween, spooky Halloween, they had a bunch of cool dies in that set. All right, we got those two little things. Move this back. And then we are ready to put it on here. And if you overshoot your die cut, just give it a trim. I'm going to cut his tail loose because I want to cut some of that off the inside. Let's see, once you start something, you can't go back. And now I've got to go back and can't go back. All right. Trim off his tail. And this is really all I wanted to trim was off by his tail, and I went around his whole outline because I didn't have it lined up good. There. His foot's got too much extra white on it. All right. So now we're just going to pop them up. Here on the egg. Put the little broom in her hand. So, oh, we need the word spooky. That comes in that set. We got our powder. Hopefully we got it good enough in the right spot. Our Versamark. Spooky. Our white powder. Whoop. And I got it all over me. And I showed you guys on my video the other night. You can also use your, I don't have my tool together, but you can also use a fresh piece of your putty. Oh, let's pretend. And then just dab it on there. Dab it around where you want to pick up the pieces of the embossing powder that you don't want, that are stuck inevitably someplace you don't want them. The putty, if you get a little tip of the putty out and stick it on there. So now we're going to heat it. Till it melts. And then we will cut our piece down. So I'm going to just give it a whack-a-doodle here. To me, everything's not always got to be straight, and because I got to lean into my inability to cut and do things with straight lines. So sometimes you can intentionally, unintentionally, have it look like it's supposed to be crooked. I'm going to put a dimensional on it. And put that on the side here. And we've got some purple. I don't want that big one. I want a medium one. A little tiny one. There. Then we took a hole punch. I do believe I have a hole punch in there. And then I'll show you if I could do what Christy showed me how to do. So let's punch the hole. I'll just see what I can do here real quick. So we made a bow. Made a quick bow. All right. Got our bow. Then she fed the twisty tie. I don't know if I'm going to get it right. She went, oh, right there, I think. That's what she did. So then we fed the twisty tie. She did. can cinch it tighter. And we need to poke it through our hole. I don't have it in a hole, probably. I just grabbed the first hole punch that I saw. So now we got our bow up against the edge. And then now we just have to pretend we have something in our bag. And then we can tie around our bag. And twist it up however you want, and then you can always wrap them back around onto each other. But now we have a gift bag, and our ribbon is attached and all that fun stuff. So there is that project. That's number 4. Here it is with, something in it. All right, now this guy will go fast. I'll make him go pretty fast, but we're going to make the box. Let me show you this. We got this treat at Chirpy Retreat from Deb. She had a yummy pieces of homemade candy in it, from a local shop, I guess. And I took the box and broke it down and figured out what I needed to do to make the box in the picture. The Stampin' Up's got a treat box, and this is all that we get to see. So we used Deb's box as a prototype. So again, I do my own thing. It's not a professional box. We could look online and Google boxes. Tony's probably got a box just like this with a tutorial somewhere, but it was Retreat, and what else did I have to do than try and figure out how to make the box? So our box is 2 inches wide, 1.5 inches tall, and 3¼ inches long. So that's what we're going to make. It holds all the candies, well, not all, because I did eat 2, that Debbie gave me at the other retreat. I ate the first Deb's candies from the box that I broke down, and this box was created to hold the treat from the second retreat from Debbie Schmucker. So we're going to start with here's my little note. If you want to screenshot that or something, if you ever have a desire to make a box this size and tweak it your own, that's perfect. It is 6 by 7.5, so 6 by 7.5, and I have Timid Tiger. So let's get this baby going. So on the 6-inch side, we're going to score at 1 3/8. 1 3/8 on each side. I'm going to turn it 1 3/8. And we're going to turn to the 7 inches at the top, and we're going to score at 1/2. So I'm going to come here for 1/2. Then I'm going to turn it because it's easier for me than trying to hold it right here and finagle with the paper. So now we're going to move it to 2.5, 4, 6. Okay. Now we're going to cut off 7/8 of an inch on all the panels but this one. So if you like screenshotted that, it says cut off all panels 7/8 inch from all the panels except this one, meaning this one here. This will be the sides of the box. You want those sides longer in my box scenario here. So we're going to go to 7/8 and we're going to cut up to that first line. Then we're going to place it back down at the 4-inch line and go all the way to the top. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to cut down to the 4-inch mark. And we're going to pick it up and start back at the 6-inch mark and cut to the bottom. And then we're just going to start cutting the pieces out. So we'll cut this out. We're going to cut this flap loose, and I'm going to miter the corners by just cutting a smidge off each corner. Do not do anything to this next one. Then we're going to do that same thing. We're going to cut that panel loose, and then we're going to start mitering all of our corners. In this corner here, we're just going to chop right out. This one off. Cut it loose. Okay. So now we got our box shell. Whoops, I gotta cut. Now we have the shell of our box. Now we need a 2-inch by 3¼ inch piece of designer paper and glue that right there on the lid. So this is the lid. I'm using the black this time. I don't know why I didn't use the gray, but I've got the black. You could use the candy side up if you wanted because it's got candy inside. Get some good glue on it because it's going to go on the top there. All right. Then we're going to bring in this bat again, this label with the bat, and we're going to cut out the center. Oh, I think I need my big machine. So I'm going to go over there because this is too wide for the little one. So we're going to put that on there and I'm going to cut that out. This one will probably be one that you have obvious if you're not centered, but that's okay. All right, so we put that on there. We're going to pop that right out. We don't need that. And now we have the hole in the lid of our box. Then that cellophane bag that I cut off earlier, we're going to trim that down. We're going to open that up. We're going to get our handy dandy little trimmer. And let's just cut a piece off to get started with. So we want a 2-inch. I'm going to go a little under 2. By 3¼ and I'll go a little bit under. flip your box over, and then we're going to glue this onto here. Now, I don't know, I'll use this glue and see if it works. It should work, I hope. We'll give it a shot and see. It's what I got right here. Quick and easy. And we're going to put our cellophane on. And now we have the cellophane on our box. Now we're just going to burnish all those up. One, paper's weird. Almost like it's damp. All right. So there's our box. Now we're going to, I'm going to just put glue on these two pieces and fold them in. And you could see that, you know, probably an expert box maker, this would all be flush or cut properly. My box, this is my box. This is my homemade box from Deb's Candy Gifty at Retreat. I probably could have reached out to Deb and got her box measurements because I think she made her box too. All right. And then I added these little things on the side so that it holds it shut. So there's our box. Then we've got I've got a darling duckling, and I need the word sweets. And that comes from the Don't Worry, Eat Sweets, this big old stamp. We're just going to use the word sweets. And I'm going to use black. Put that on a piece of duckling. Trim it down. Then we've got that dog. So we've got, I'm going to use black again. Ink up our doggy. Make sure we get a good coverage on his feet and his hair and stuff. I guess he's Franken dog. There he is. And then I have okay, I don't, yes I do. So I didn't bring my green blend, but we're going to use the marker that I have here to do his little tights. I got some Darlin' Ducklin for his shirt. So I'm going to use dark down here. And around like his collar. We're going to leave him white, if I remember to not color him. Then I'll use the light, fill in the rest. And I'll go in a circle to pull in the color. I'll get the dark back out again and do that X. Then I have some gray for his little, I got light smoky slate. We'll do his eye. And we'll do his pants. Oh, let's do the dark first. Dark smoky slate will pull down a little bit here. And then we'll pull the rest of the way down. There. And we'll go with Petunia Pop for his candy. I got the light. And then we'll just accent with some dark around that circle. And he is done. Done. Oh, no, he's not. I got to get my Darling Duckling dark. And I'm going to color in some of these foam things. Stars. Foam stars. To make myself have some Darling Duckling stars. Let me move all this off. We got to find him. Whoa! Crash. What did I lose? I lost my computer power. Hopefully that's it. And I did lose a light. Oh, because I unplugged it. Hang on. One moment, please, while I plug stuff back in. I yanked the cords out of the wall. That's what happens when I just kept piling up stuff, and eventually it comes crashing down on you. All right, we're gonna cut this little guy out. Oh, good. I didn't lose it. So then the next one, I got the banner. You guys want me to get off and come back on in a few minutes and do the banner? Or just want me to keep on going with this one? Makes no difference to me. I'll set the little shot on the floor instead. It won't. So then we're going to take him. We're going to glue him flat. I did not pop him up. So I'm just going to glue his head and his hand, like half of him, over here. I can do both of his feet, I guess. Glue him over here. Glue the sweets on. And then take those duckling stars and stick them on. And there we go. There's our treat box. Filled and ready, or not filled, this one's filled. Finished and ready to go. And this one, again, I used the dark. This one I used the gray. So that was our project, I guess. And our sixth project, let me show you. I did not cut this out, so. Okay, I'll keep going. The only thing I didn't say was I don't have these pieces cut, so it will take me a hot second while I talk to cut, but here's our banner. I got it all crooked in there, but there we go. So this one uses the banner dies. Yes, a little pricey, but oh so fun. They'll last a lifetime. Good for any occasion. And look how cute of the small. You can make so many different sizes of banners. Ours are going to be, I believe, these two. Let me see. That's the inside. This is the outside. So I'm going to have to cut these. So you stare at the cuteness of the banner while I cut everything out real quick. I'm going to try and do two at a time. See what we get. Well, I am using thick white, so it might not cut too. See what we get. See if they got a deep enough edge in them to cut through 2 layers of the thick. Oh, look at there. Did. So we got one set. Two sets. So let me do the last one real quick. One set. Two sets. Go. Okay. Now we got all those ready. And I think I need one more thing. Oh, I need 4 bats. So hang on. Then we'll be uninterrupted. Two bats. Work it out. Two more bats. And I'm going to give you guys another little tip. When I made this banner, I made the whole a whole piece of 8.5 by this big. I made that whole piece at one time of what I'm going to do here first, and then cut them out. And I was thinking I might try that with this, but I went another route. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a longer piece of paper here. I can lay these out 4 in a row. If they're not in the video, that's fine. Get the idea of what I'm doing. So I did it all with one long piece of paper. Then I've got I gotta put these banners back in their little case before I knock it on the floor and they're all over the place. I got all colors here. I got strawberry slush, pretty in pink, pumpkin pie, peach pie, and darling duckling. So I started with the peach pie. And we're just gonna goob up our brush and just start brushing, but we want to go just part way down. That's my take on this. Okay, now they may have used a piece of paper design. Oh, for one, they got the cellophane sheet on this one that I omitted, but I don't know if they used, like I said, if we had a specialty paper that did that type of a look or what they might have used, but again, this is me and this is where my brain went, and we'll see if I can recreate it. So let's put a little peach pie on all 4 of these. We'll go down about halfway. We'll call that good. Then we got a little bit of pumpkin pie. And I just did a little pumpkin pie down on the lower part. Right down there. I got a little heavy-handed on that one. I don't want to be that low. I don't want to be that dark, but okay. So we got those 3 on there. Then I finished it off with some darling duckling. And I'm just going to try and blend the 3 together a little bit. And then this darling duckling is going to brighten that up. Technically, you don't want that harsh of a line across there, but I gotta leave it. We'll use that one on this 3rd one where we'll cover it up more. So we just, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a sunset looking. That was my thought. So that's what I was trying to shoot for here a little bit. So now we've got the top half done in the orangish families going on there. Then we're going to come through on the bottom half. Oh no, I got a blue brush here. We're going to come through on the bottom half with our Pretty in Pink. Let me use Pretty in Pink first. Pretty sure. Let me go with this one that's harsh just to make sure. But pretty sure I used Pretty in Pink first. Got the color down. Maybe I use Strawberry Slush because that's not very dark. Let's see what we get with Strawberry Slush. That might be too pink. Oh no, I bet that's what I use. So let's take Pretty in Pink away. We'll come in with our Strawberry Slush. Oh, I wondered if I just stuck that in the... So we got our Pretty in Pink on the bottom. Or our Strawberry Slush, sorry. I lost my great row of... Almost even looks like it could have been Flirty Flamingo. Who knows? I was probably borrowing Patty's ink pads. Tried to take all of them that I was going to need, but... So we got some Strawberry Slush on there. Now let's come in with a little bit of Petunia Pop. Kind of purplize it. Purple it up a little bit. Put that up toward the top. All right. Well, I'm not dabbing it off hard enough before I stick it on there, am I? All right. So now we got all of our banners done. That wasn't too painful. Now our first banner, piece. Oh, that would be super cute, Marilyn. Candy corn. Our first one, we're going to use this little flamingo. So I ordered a pack of paper that came with the sticker sheet. So I forgot to give it to Debbie. Debbie, remind me, I will get you the sticker sheet. And I used the flamingo off the sticker sheet. So let me show you the sticker sheet. It's two different packs. You can order the pack of paper alone for like $12.50, or you can order the pack of paper and the sticker sheet. I'm thinking it's more for scrapbooking, and I think that's $21, but you can't really see them. But this is the sticker sheet. And so I used the Flamingo Girl off the sticker sheet, but there was only one. So now I got to use the Flamingo Girl off the Designer Series paper pack. So we're going to use the little Flamingo Girl, and I'll cut her right here. We're going to need that bird. So let's see how quick I can cut her. We'll cut her way around so she's got a larger border on her then. I always start out with a large border. Does anybody else have this issue? I start out leaving a nice edge border that I want, and then something happens. I turn the corner and I've snipped it right down to the edge of the paper, and there goes my border. Like right here. See, I cut it too close, and then now my border's going away. Let's see if I can recover from it. Go up in here and get her legs. It goes much faster when you're not getting up into the exact curves of everything. How fast that went. Okay. We are going with her looking like her under beak. All right. So she is going to, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me do the black. We need to do some black little marks on there. Take these. We want to build her up. Build her up before we glue her on. So we're going to just stamp some of these around so that we're going to see them, because she's going to cover up a big portion of the banner. Now I got to find what I did with all the black pieces that I cut. All right, who sees them? What did I do with them? Got my white ones. All right, take a second to look. They're not on the floor. Everything else is on the floor. Oh, here they are back here underneath my mat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and glue that on. No, we're not. We are going to take our bat first. That was what I had as an afterthought when I made these. Gonna fold our bat up. Well, maybe it didn't break through the second one when I did those. Almost cut it all the way through. See, this is where, had I just cut them individually, I wouldn't be fighting with it. Come free, little bat. Come free. There he goes. Okay. So we're going to fold our bats in half. And we're going to glue it on to the front, or onto the black. So go ahead, the front part you're going to glue on. Kind of, centered on there. Then the back, we're just going to put a little bit of glue at the bottom. And fold it back. Now we're going to glue our little piece on. Like this. And then we'll pop up our little girl, Flamingo. She's not very sturdy coming off the designer paper, but there was only one sticker of her. Oh, she probably is going to need a lot of help because she is so flimsy. I better put a bunch of extra reinforcement on all these little pieces. Where's my baby dimensionals? I got it on her feet. Walking on her feet. All right. Now we can stick her on. Ah, well, dimensional. Oh, God. Just threw those in the garbage and flicked them everywhere but in the garbage. It's like 52 pickup of deck of cards going on. All right. We're going to put her down here, prancing across. Yeah, she's not as vibrant because she's gray here. You could color her. And then we're going to take some of our white stars. Place them around. And this is where we could have probably used some more of the black because I covered it up with the stars and could have went a little bit more, but it works. So now she's ready. We got one panel ready. Second little panel. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and glue him down. He looks pretty good. Trying to figure out, make sure I'm using, he doesn't need anything extra. We'll glue that. No, we're not, you guys. We're going to put our bat on. Don't glue it on. Glue your bat on first. This is when I made this. I had to try and pry them all up because I forgot to put the bats on at the beginning like this. So I had to pry them all off. Now we can stick it on. Some more glue on it. Glue that guy on there. So now we need a pig, a fence. So, oh, do I have any black for the fence? I do. Just gotta find the fence now. Fence. All right. Pop out all those inner fence pieces. Oh, and we can glue it down. We don't need the whole thing. Oh, yes, we do. Perfect. So we're going to glue it flat. Kind of glue over my splotch there, so that helps. Okay. Got our fence on. And we're going to turn back to this sheet of paper, and it's orange on the back. I don't know. I want to say I'm not a big fan because everything is so far apart. And to get the crows, you got to really chop up the design. I'm not a big fan of just chopping up my designer series paper. So, and I want a crow going in opposite directions. So I got the first one that I cut, and then now I got to get this guy. So we're going to chop another hole in the paper. But we're gonna go with the little pig. Cute little pig with his mask on. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat either. Dawn hasn't called, so I must still be live. Nobody's called me if Dawn's not on. So I'm assuming I'm still going. But I apologize if there's questions going on and I'm not answering. I will answer when I go back and look at the comments. I'll go back and see if anybody needed anything. And the PDFs are still in on my shared drive if you want to go and get any of these papers that I've been showing you. These are all on there. I'm not thinking, as long as this is taking me today, that too many people are going to want to rush right out and duplicate these. But you know what? It's been a blast. I had fun creating them. I'm having fun videoing them. Having fun with you watching. It's just putting myself out there a little bit. A little more than I normally do. See what I can do. I'd actually like to do more things like this. But I don't know if I'd have time to put the effort into buying all the products to show and then coming up with enough samples of everything. But we'll see if I can find a page like this one here where they showed a bunch of different projects using the suite, then I could probably do that. Yeah, we'll see. All right, let me cut a dimensional in half. This crow's got to stand up on this little piggy's head. In Kathy's honor, we'll call this little piggy Leroy. Kathy had a pig named Leroy. And then this other crow. Uh-oh, I got the wrong crow here. This guy's flying. Well, he's going to have to look like he's sitting on this fence. Because to get the other one, I got to make another big old whack-a-doodle hole right in the center of the paper. So this guy's going to have to work. He's squatting down. He's cold. It's getting winter where he is. I think I heard the weatherman say this morning we're going to slowly start to go cold again, but we're going to be nice for a few more days. Today was supposed to be like 90. Or maybe they said 90 was the record high, and they weren't sure if they were going to get there. All right, so this guy's going to sit on, I guess he's going to have to sit down here. He didn't look very good down there. I don't like him. But we got to use him. I'm going to sit him on that pole. He's awfully close to that little piggy, though. Maybe I should move this guy. Oh, I'll just move him over to that part of the pig's head. He's a little more spaced off there a little bit. And let's put a little bit of glue on there. Right. Just to keep his feet down. Gotta ground him on there. Give it a hot second to dry. There. Now he's grounded onto his little head. So now we need some black stars. We'll put some black stars around here. There's our second panel. Now we're on to our third panel. So let's find that one that big old harsh line. That was this one. So let's get our where'd my blacks go? Oh, these are it. Where'd my done one go? I thought that was the little girl that was done. Oh, I put her over here. Ugh. Okay. So let's glue our bat on. Huh? See, look, only took me 2 times. Glue our bat on the front. A little line for the back. Kind of center him on there. Stand the bat up. Glue our back down. Glue our panel to the front. Here. Then this guy is die cuts. Get that sheet. Well, they're catching on everything, so let me get the whole paper here. We need one of these Dancy guys. Don't know that it's going to matter. Let's get this one. And then we need some candy corn. So we'll get a single candy corn. We need 3 candy corns. Yes, we did. And 2 more candy. So we got 3 candy corns. The bird thing. And then we got stars. I'm almost done. My girls are hollering at me. So, oh, let's do our Happy Halloween first. We got to get the gray paper, which we have a piece over here. Right here. Find our Happy Halloween. Right here. Pick it up. And I used black. So let's get some memento on there. We're going to just leave that for a hot second. Soak in. And now we need to cut it off. Let's cut it off at here. So we got about 1/4 of an inch we can cut off there. This should probably be good. No, Jill, you humbled last time you put it there. Oh, still too wide. I don't want to cover up all the. All right, so we're going to glue that flat. right across there. Covers up my big splooch in the orange ink. Pop up our little bird guy. I'm going to move that up just a hair. Pop up our little bird guy with some dimensionals. He's having a good old time out trick-or-treating. And then now we'll put some candy corn on. Now we'll just angle them along the top here. Let me get a little smidge of glue on that corner. I'm going to overlap them like this. And then we'll stick them together with our dimensional. Put them up here in the corner. Oh, wow, I cut those down. I won't do it now, but I cut those down. They fit a little better. I'll cut the edge off. This extra white space I cut off so that they fit on there better. I'll do that later. Got to add some white stars. And he's done. And now for our last one, we're going to bring out those black little dealios again. Fill up the 1/2. Just putting the little star things down the one side. Put our bat on. Oh, I thought we got lucky. Just less time to cut it again. And part with it. Okay. Fold our bat in half. Glue them to the front. Try and put them in the center. And then glue the back. We're going to glue this piece on. Oh, that's a good idea, Tony. Put them on the cards. Oh, Dawn, 85. What? Oh, yeah, definitely too hot to be outside. Too hot. All right. Now we've got, I believe I found that little girl fairy thing. She is in these die cuts. And I want this one where she's leaning down to the right. I need a big potion bottle. And then this little thingy that I am assuming is a lot, but I'm putting it on here to be, like a warning label or the label for the potion bottle. Don't exactly know if that's what it's for. That's what I've got it for. All right. We need a dimensional for the top of the bottle. And then we'll glue on the bottom part of the bottle. And we're going to glue that right down to the side. Then we've got the little fairy girl who is just flinging around up here, flying high, loving life. I'm gonna put her little fairy magic onto that potion bottle, turn it into something good. Put it over here like she's good touching it. And I did the same thing on her. I cut her out so to accentuate her wings and everything. But for right now, glue her on. All right. So now we got all of our pieces done. We're in the home stretch. Now I get my ribbon. And I'm going to say I'm going to go however wide my mat is here. That's how wide we're going. And then we're going to feed the string through the back. I'm assuming this is what they did, considering they have the bats at the top. What better way to hang them than with the back of the bat? Oops, I'm probably off camera, sorry. I'm leaning too far forward. All right. So we're just going to tie a knot in the end. Probably should go in and space them out. Just to make sure. Leave enough space between them just to kind of let them hang. This one over here. Get it up here pretty close to the end. And there we go. Aside from a little bit of trimming that we probably need to go back and do on the candy corn and then this little fairy girl, there is our last project for this segment. So there we go. I won't flip my camera. I will just show my appreciation with a great big thank you, thank you, thank you very much for watching, sticking with me. See seeing me do my card making day stuff. So thanks everybody. Stampin' Up will be on at 4 to 5 Eastern time. Oh, look, I got done just in time. And I'll be back at 7 with my Christmas cards and scrapbook page. So everybody enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I hope to see you back here at 7. Take care, everybody.